All right, I think we're ready. Whoa, that's a big wasp. Do not enter here in Jesus' name. Amen. Hey guys, welcome back to another life-changing, life-altering, beautiful installment of Tea Time with Ayek. We don't always drink tea, but honey, trust me when I say that we spill the tea. So if you're just joining me for the first time, my name is Ayek. I'm a media professional. I work on a radio station. I do digital media for SMEs. And I moved to Nigeria 4 years ago. Yeah, December's going to make it 4 years. And I talk a lot about my experience moving back to Nigeria, what it was like. I talk quite a bit about being a plus-size Black woman, plus-size Nigerian woman. I do the fashion, the hygiene, all of those things. So if you think you're interested in joining me and, joining the party, then subscribe, and keep watching. So today, I'm going to talk about my experience as a plus-size Nigerian woman. Now, two things before we even move forward. I'm sure you're wondering, what does being Nigerian have to do with this? Trust me, as the story goes on, you'll understand that it has a lot to do with this. And also, my understanding and observation of myself and my body and how I'm perceived really only came about in the past 4 or 5 years. And the past 4 or 5 years I was living in Nigeria. And then also I grew up in a Nigerian household, so all of that ties into this conversation. Okay, so in preparation for this video, I was looking through some comments of one of my semi-viral videos. I'm sure a lot of you guys are joining me after watching that video. It was 5 reasons not to move to Nigeria, and I'll link it somewhere around here. And while I got some good comments, some people are really mean, and the word I want to say, I'm not gonna be able to say it on YouTube because I don't want this, this video to get flagged, but they're really mean people. And the biggest insult I saw in all of those things was this whole general trend of being fat. Look at this fat girl, you lazy fat pig, who will marry you, nobody wants you, all on top of what? Because I said my opinion, to be insults. Say insult upon insults. No, but on a serious note though, that triggered this conversation. Now I would say 97% of the insults were from men, and those men were Nigerian men. So it made me think on a larger scale, what the experience is like as a fat or plus size Black woman, and what it's like. It's just strange, and I'm going to share that with you guys. I'm sure a lot of us on the plus size can relate to the whole thing of being fetishized. Imagine someone coming up to you, never said a word to you, never met you in your life, sits down next to you and says, I like your body. Not hello, not how are you doing, not anything, just I like your body. This commentary on my body because of the size and the shape and all of those things. I mean, people describing me as BBW. In them being attracted to me, people have preferences. Now, there's a difference between you having preference and you having a fetish. 5 minutes into the conversation, they're talking about sex. So I kind of already know. It gets irritating though when a lot of the guys approaching are talking about my body and all of those sexual things surrounding it. And I'm sure a lot of us can relate. They talk about the body, they talk about the sex that they want to have with your body, not with you, with your body, and wanting to touch you, not respecting your space and all of those things. So I think one thing that I've noticed is the fetishization. And the funny thing about it, not funny in a good way, is that some people see it as, oh, well, at least he's attracted to you. Even if it's sexually, at least he wants you, anyone you can get, just be happy with it. Now, speaking of interaction with the male species, let's talk about what relationships look like. So first and foremost, there are different kinds. In my experience, the way that we're perceived is very interesting. People a lot of times make all kinds of assumptions oh, there must be something that she's giving him. Maybe she's giving him money. Maybe she's taking care of him. That's why he's with her. Or even the person themselves, a part of them being well, she better be happy that I'm with her. That whole thing, which is which is painful, but it's true. And then kind of the shame at times of being associated with a person that looks like me, and that whole thing of thinking she's not going to be able to get anyone else, she's not going to be able to find anyone else, so whatever I do in this relationship, whatever I do in this situationship, she's just most likely going to have to accept it, because who else is going to take her? And I think the crazy thing is, a lot of times holding your partner accountable and telling them, no, I deserve this, I deserve that, and them being shocked, like, wow, this person actually has standards. Another thing I run into is a guy, guys being attracted to me for whatever reason, or guys liking me, and then like they start talking about going to the gym and working out. And this is the thing, some people see it as, oh well, they should do that with any of their partners, they're just being helpful. But like, would you say that if you were dating someone smaller? I've had someone say, look at this person, they've had 3 kids, you haven't had any yet, so you might want to work on it. I'm like, can you just leave me be? If I'm trying to sort out my life how I sort out my life, I don't need you condemning me and comparing me to a mother of 3 children. Which leads me to another thing, guys. Hey, if you are a plus size Nigerian, whether you live in abroad or live in Nigeria, you have an aunt that either said it to your face or said it to someone who said it to you. Look at me. I've had 6 kids. I'm keeping myself. She hasn't even had one. See her body. Judgmental people, judgmental family members. As I said in a previous video, I think I made this video like 2 years ago, there was someone, a family member, she's not a family member, she's a family friend. She said, I had mentioned that my sister and I were going to the gym, and she said, good, it's good you're going to the gym, I want to come to a wedding. People think that if I'm this size, I'm not going to get married. Yeah. And people say it even in the insulting comments that I go through on my YouTube. If I'm talking in context of marriage and relationships, people are like, who will marry you? You're not gonna get married, look at you, see your this, all of those things. I was doing some self-reflection, and I realized how much policing is done on my body, like from what I wear to what I eat and how often I eat. I remember, because even growing up, I was a chubby kid. I was a big kid. And even up until now, like, oh, your thighs are showing, oh, your arms are showing. Even sometimes if I wear like an off the shoulder top like this, some people say, cover it, there's stretch marks, there's this, there's that. And then policing with food. How many times have you eaten today? That whole thing, even till now, someone that's halfway through her 20s. And I know that some of these comments are coming from a place of care, but other times I'm just like, is it necessary?
Oh, ní gbogbo ilé náà. Nǹkan tó ń ṣe yìí kò necessary. Kò necessary, my dear. Necessary like that. Oh, need there.
It's not necessary at all. Like, you don't have to police me. And I'm policed in a way that is abnormal. If you're familiar with Nigerian culture in general, we're a collective culture. So people, family, friends who you've only met once, they put mouth, they comment, they put in their 2 cents. This person, your cousin, this person, that person, that's just the kind of, even someone passing on the street. I remember my friend and I went to a restaurant, and we're about the same size, we're both plus size, and it's like a fast food restaurant. So she was ordering food. She says, she wanted pounded yam. She said 2. Some guy, I didn't even hear the comment, but I saw her facial reaction, so I asked her what happened. Some guy behind her, who was not going to pay for our food, had no business with us. Even the person he came with, he didn't even buy her food. That's a conversation for another day. Said, no, I think 1 is okay. And she was so in shock, she didn't know how to respond. She just turned around. But it was like, who are you? So there's that whole policing and commentary from everyone. And I think it comes from a place of like the fact that we tend to be super judgmental, and it's like, my problems aren't as bad as this person's problems. People kind of make it seem, especially there, that like the worst thing you can have, like having a big daughter especially, it's completely different for a plus size son, because of the value that's placed on boys. They'll just say, oh, he's a big boy, he's a teddy bear. But with us, it's like, to have a plus size daughter is like, and I'm not saying this is what my parents said to me, but there's that notion of it's like their worst nightmare. It's like it's a badge of shame. It's a shameful thing. I know people who would tell me like their parents will cuss them out and tell them, you can't come with us until you lose this weight, you're a disgrace, blah, blah, blah. Accomplishments, fear of God, all those things don't matter. It's the fact that you're big and you're seen as unsightly. And I kind of like internalize that thing of like being ashamed, you know, and not feeling like I'm good enough or worthy enough. Let's talk about how all of these things have affected me and affected people around me. Like I mentioned, my friend who was just ordering food like anyone else, and someone puts mouth in her situation. There's that feeling of shame, you know, not feeling good enough, not feeling worthy enough, not feeling qualified enough, and feeling like you just have to get whatever, you have to take whatever you can get, because people see you that way. There's that feeling of like hiding yourself constantly, or feeling like you need to hide yourself. And the fear of insults, I feel a lot of times, like, especially, you know how Nigerian Twitter +234 Twitter is savage, or just in general, sometimes I like hold back on what I want to say because I'm like, are you ready for somebody to say that you're fat, that you're will never marry, blah blah blah? It's an extremely weird feeling. But I would also say what I've loved, what I love and what I'm loving is over the past 4 years since I moved, like during my time in Nigeria, I've noticed this like community and growth around us, like a lot of support, and like clothing lines coming out that are tailored to us, a lot of fashion lines extending their sizes and things like that. And not just in fashion, but in general, there's more representation. That has been like so awesome and such an amazing thing to see. And I'm looking forward to seeing more of it. And I look forward to being one of those people that encourage and inspire people to just feel comfortable in who they are. All right, guys, so that's my ramble on what it's like being plus size in Nigeria. I did a video similar to this 2 years ago, but of course, in 2 years, there's been a lot of change, a lot of experiences. So I hope you enjoyed this one. I hope to see you. Not even I hope to see you. I know I'm going to see you this time next week right here on this channel. Yeah, enjoy the rest of your day and enjoy your weekend. And I'll see you next time. I think next week is going to be a vlog. Are you ready for a vlog? Are you ready for a vlog? Well, it's coming. I'm bringing a vlog to you. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.